Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tech 361. In this tutorial, we'll be learning how to validate HTML form by using Python framework Flask. Before we begin, let's have a quick overview of what we'll be covering in this video. We're going to create a simple HTML form with two input fields, username and password, and of course a submit button. Then, we'll use Flask to handle the form submission and input validation logic. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a solid understanding of how to validate HTML form using Flask. So, if you're ready to dive into the code, let's get started. Here, I am create to file index.html and a file for Python named script.py. Our first step is to create a simple HTML form in HTML file that contain username input field, password input field, and a submit button. We will create an output field at the end. We are using action attribute as / and method post. Use self-defining name and ID for input fields. After create a HTML form, we will move towards backend. Switch to Python file, in this case script.py, and make sure Python and Flask both are installed in our machine. Next in line, we will import Flask and other useful modules such request and render template. Then, create Flask app and locate to folder in which your HTML file is placed. Now, we make a root for HTML file and define a function that will render this file. Hereafter, I am creating a root and defining a function named submit to handle form submission and validation process. Now, we are moving forward for initializing some variables that will be used in validation logic. After that, we create form validation logic using if-else statement. In this logic, I validate that username and password must be greater than 4 and 8 characters respectively. And also username and password must contain special character. At the end of logic, I create a condition that if given input which is username and password will pass validation process, then show a success message. Now, we render output with HTML file. This line of code will return results toward HTML file and render it. At the end of Flask app we will write some useful line to run Flask app with debugging enabled. Now time to create the field to show result. To do this step we will switch back to our HTML file and use Jinja templating to get result from Flask app and show them on screen. We also do some styling to build up user interface. Now congratulations, finally it's time to test over code. Carefully watch these steps if you don't know how to run Flask web app. And there you have it. We've successfully connected an HTML form to a Python backend, allowing us to send values, perform a form validation logic and display the result. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.